It is crazy to me that some parents are okay with their little kids being drag queens. What a bigot! It's gonna be so much different when I'm a dad. Hi there! Can you say femdad? I love my little baby. If only I knew if Z was a boy or a girl. Hey, Femson, Hello there, little girl. Do you want to play with a doll? Excuse me, Dad? But my child, Hillary Rodham, is being raised without a gender. Just if Z is wearing pink does not mean that Z is a girl. Stop associating colors and toys with genders, bigot. Femson, I know I'm only in my 50s, but maybe I should just go to a nursing home. Well, if we actually had government benefits like in Sweden, then we would... Z is playing with male toys and has a blue blanket. I think Z is a drag queen. How progressive! Imagine that you're locked up in an insane asylum. You see, you're going crazy. You can't stop hearing things. Particularly, you can't stop hearing the default dance play over and over again in your head. Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, now imagine you're chained up in your cell, and out of nowhere, Cardi B begins blasting throughout the halls, and you have no choice but to sit there, hopeless, helpless, listening. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In this scenario, it just keeps getting worse. Kind of like the situation with child drag queens.
Lactatia is the deviest diva you could ever think of.
As if we need more proof that the world was supposed to end in 2012, there is another child drag queen on the rise. Meet Queen Lactatia, the now 10-year-old child drag queen who began dressing as a woman at 7 years old and performing at the age of only 8. Huck Mag labels Lactatia as the most prominent child drag star in Canada. Of course this is happening in Canada. Lactatia rose to fame in 2017 when his mom and dad brought him to a drag show in Montreal. Since Lactatia was wearing drag at the time, he was invited on stage by Bianca Del Rio, and the clip went viral. Since then, the liberal media has hailed this exploitation as woke, progressive, and brave.
I've been wearing like my sister's tutus since I was like 3s and 4s, even like 2s, and I've been dancing around in like little pink dresses and stuff. So yeah, I think I've had Lactatia inside of me since I was born, and that's why I love that song, Born This Way.
Now, of course, if a small kid wants to dress up and goof around, that's not really a very big deal. It's fine for kids to play dress up at home. There's not much harm in that. The issue is that the mother specifically is taking this to the next step: drag performances. Meet Lactatia's mother, Jessica.
I just want our kids to express themselves however they see fit, as long as it's respectful and they're nice people. We really don't care.
Are you surprised that she's wearing a septum ring? Because I'm not. As these things go, I believe the mother has significant influence on her son's choice in drag. First of all, Jessica admits that she put makeup on her son at only 2 years old and then did a drag photo shoot with him.
When he was about 2, he came to me with Mr. Potato Head earrings and asked me to put makeup on him. So we did a little drag photo shoot, and he duck faced, and it was very sweet.
Again, it's the parents' choice if they want to goof off and put makeup on their kid. But the fact that this went from makeup to a drag photo shoot at only 2 years old suggests that the mother has significant influence. I doubt the 2-year-old boy had any idea what drag is, but as soon as he expressed interest in wearing makeup, the mother instantly associated it with drag. Plus, she admits she watched RuPaul's Drag Race with her son when he was only 7 years old.
When he was about 7, we started watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Are any of us surprised that by the age of 8, Lactatia was performing? At the time of his first show, Lactatia was 8 years old and had been experimenting with song and dance as well as women's clothes for several years. For both mother and child, performing felt like a natural progression. Yeah, but how natural can a progression possibly be when the kid is only only 8 years old. On top of all this, the mother is a makeup artist who does her son's drag makeup. Jessica is also keen on reiterating the fact that drag is going to be her son's life.
I think when he saw that that was an actual art form and they could be whatever they wanted, I think he decided that that's when drag was going to be like his life.
Since he's been a toddler, he's just, he's taken up all this space. He has this really big personality and he just was performing all the time. Seeing this was like a very legitimate form of art and performance. And I think he just decided that was going to be his life, so.
This reminds me a lot of a dad who's really obsessed with sports and he keeps pushing for his son to be an all-star soccer player, and the son just doesn't want to let his dad down, and even though sports really aren't his thing, he just wants nothing more than to make his father proud. Epstein didn't kill himself. The influence is obvious, and Lactatia's freak of nature mother needs to step down and let her son develop naturally, instead of doing his makeup and encouraging him to pursue a world of drag.
Not only I love dressing up. It makes me feel very happy, like I am accepted.
I have to ask, why does this little boy only feel happy and accepted when he's dressing up? Who exactly is he attempting to feel accepted by? The drag community, which is made up of mostly adults, or his own family? To me, this does not seem healthy, and it really calls into question the kind of environment this poor boy is in. Now, I cannot speak about his home life because I just don't know. But I can speak about the world of drag and tell you, it's no place for a child. I've said this before when I discussed Desmond is Amazing, and I think we can all agree, dancing sensually and walking down runways in front of adults is not a child-appropriate environment. Well, I see this as very progressive, because I'm progressing towards a noose. My opinion that this is inappropriate and creepy is not coming from a place of bigotry or something. Children in general should not be exposed to overtly sexual environments, nor should their parents encourage them to engage in said sexual environments, as is the case with Lactatia. You wouldn't bring your child to a Victoria's Secret runway, and I'm opposed to young girls participating in beauty pageants as well. Kids are kids and should be treated as such, not pushed by their idiot parents to grow up too quickly. What makes this even more concerning is the fact that Lactatia's mother is aware that the world of drag is sexual and adult, but she doesn't seem to care. Drag shows are, by their essence, adult-themed arenas characterized by body humor and sexual references. In their rawest form, they probably aren't the most suitable place for a 10-year-old to be hanging out. Conversely, however, all drag queens have to start out somewhere, so why not under the supervision of parents in a controlled environment? Drag is an adult arena, and that's where people question our judgment, concedes Jessica. So we have to censor things. He knows there are adult aspects of drag that he's not allowed to apply to his show. She tries to argue that they censor things and keep certain aspects of drag out of Lactatia's performances, but I'll be honest, the mother does not seem to be doing a very good job of this. What I'm about to show you is shocking and disgusting. And no, I'm not being overdramatic. After all, I'm not a woman. In January 2018, Lactatia modeled for an LGBT fashion site. The House of Man featured the then 9-year-old as the company's new cover girl. This quickly caused a firestorm online. But why? Was it because he just posed for an LGBT fashion site, like many claim?
He's performed in festivals, benefit shows, and modeled for a popular LGBTQ clothing line.
No. This brand, House of Man, is an adult fashion line which sells erotic clothing, leather, and chains. Let's take a look at this innocent LGBT fashion line, which decided to use 9-year-old Lactatia as their cover girl. This looks like a really age-appropriate website to be using literal children to sell your sexually explicit clothing. Obviously, this is gross. If you want to sell thongs, then go for it. Just don't use a 9-year-old as your salesman. This is not difficult, sweetheart. Oh, but remember, Lactatia's mother knows that the world of drag is an adult arena, and she's making sure to censor things. Perhaps Lactatia didn't realize that at the age of only 9, he was posing for a gay BDSM bondage website because his mother kept it hidden from him. Yeah, Nanny 911? I'd like to report some good parents. I'm beginning to notice a pattern here with child drag queens. Their parents are always lending more influence than meets the eye, and despite the parents' denial, the child drag queens are almost always exposed to obscene and inappropriate material. I wish Lactatia's exploitation ended there, but sadly, it doesn't. In fact, it only gets worse and even more shocking. Less than a year after the House of Man photo shoot, the now 10-year-old Lactatia was photographed next to an adult drag queen completely naked, except for a small piece of fabric covering his crotch area. I refuse to believe that this is the future of America, and I don't think you need me to tell you that this is bad. Like, hey, adult drag queen, he's only 10. It's not necessary that he sees your runway. Oh, and dumbass parents, stop putting your kids in this kind of an environment. This incited justified outrage and even led to other drag queens condemning this disgusting behavior. Oh, but don't worry guys, this is all just right-wing outrage and there's really nothing to be concerned about. That is, according to the mother. This is how Lactatia chooses to express himself, says Jess combatively. He's just a kid playing. There is so much more going on in the world right now, which is more horrifying and terrifying than my child wearing fancy shoes and a skirt. This shouldn't be on anyone's list of priorities. Great attempt at a caveat, and good news. Your kid wearing shoes and skirts is not on anyone's list of priorities. Your kid standing next to naked adults, posing for erotic clothing magazines, and being pushed into an overtly sexual and adult sphere that you yourself have admitted is. It's funny that the mom claims as long as her son is being respectful, she really doesn't care. But what about people respecting her son? All in all, I don't know if the parents are malicious, greedy, or just stupid. But regardless, it's important we continue to raise awareness about the horrors this young child is being exposed to. It's fine for kids to dress up at home, but the parents taking this to the next step by driving him to different drag events is going too far. If Lactatia wants to pursue drag when he's a reasonable age, that's also fine, but I draw the line when children are being pushed into sensual situations at the expense of looking woke. Please share this video and help spread awareness. Give this video a like and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Oh, and as far as Lactatia's mother goes, she can consider herself dragged.